I ran across a great tool today that, unlike our own instant SEO review, which will give you feedback on any existing URL, this plugin is called SEOpressor, and it actually gives you feedback while you're adding the content to your site. When you first activate SEOpressor, it tells you to go to the activation settings, and when you do that, you can make a few changes. You can decide the way you want it to bold things, the way you want it to put things in italics. You can choose whether or not to give an attribution link back, and you can make a couple of choices. All you have to do is put in your receipt number and activate the plugin. As soon as you do that, you'll be active. Now let's go write a post. Normally the first thing you do is begin to add your title, but you notice that there's an option over here now for SEOpressor, so simply put in a keyword down here. So I add a title. I'm going to the HTML tab and I'm going to paste in a bunch of text of some content I had written. I'm going to go through, make sure it's properly spaced, and as soon as I do that, I'm going to save my draft. Go right there, save a draft. And now what you see happening over here on the right is that it tells me that I've got a score of 47.78%. Now, if you're using a blog that automatically creates you an H1 tag out of a widget, maybe you're using a hack or our Core Tweaks plugin, then of course you can ignore that. But it reminds you to put in an H2, put in an H3. It'll remind you to bold some keywords, italicize some keywords, and underline some keywords possibly if that's what you want to do. Personally, I don't like that because the world is accustomed to seeing underlined words, meaning that they're hyperlinks. So that's actually an option I would change. And you would do that on the left side under SEOpressor, under settings. Just remove that underline ability. I really don't like that. Now, it makes a couple of recommendations, and as you fix those things, you can see the score improve. For example, I'll add an H2 and an H3, and they're even right in the drop-down menu under Visual. If you show hide kitchen sink, you can add your H2s, H3s, and I can simply assign an H2. I can assign an H3. It recommends I have an image so that they can add an alt tag, so I can add an image. And I'll just upload my own logo since I don't have a picture of a widget. So I'm going to insert that into the post. And as soon as I save this as a draft, before I do that, I'll do the last two directions, which are to use my keyword in the last sentence and include an internal link to another page. Of course, these are just recommendations, but those are both pretty good ones. Now, it would be nice if it would recognize that singular widget is a source of the keyword itself, but it didn't. It's looking for an exact match, so I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to include the link, a deep link to my site with another keyword phrase I might want to rank for, which is a quick fix in WordPress. And then when I save my draft, and I do it exactly what it says, which is make that plural, then I've got things as strong as they can be. Again, that's so low because it doesn't realize that that's going to become my H1 tag based on a hack that we've got through the Core Tweaks plugin. From a purely white hat SEO training standpoint, this is really pretty spectacular. Now, the plugin does have some automated features for people that are adding content, what's called auto blogging. And if you look under settings, you can see what those are. You can also use it on existing posts too, just to make sure things are going right. For example, I'm going to this post of mine that I did about fetching as Googlebot, and it shows that this post has 0%. But if I were to paste in something to use for a keyword to give it a basis to go on and update it, it should come back with a score. And if I cared to tweak it further with a couple of H2 tags, it does mention that I have some external links that aren't nofollow, just as a reminder. I could do that. And it's sort of like having an automatic SEO consultant on every single page or post of your site. Now, Now, they offer two different types of licenses. One is for a single site, which is great for a small business. The other one is you're allowed to use on multiple sites. However, you do need to own them. Like us, if you want to put this on client blogs, buy them a single site license, and that'll keep you legal. This does allow you to put it on all the domains you own only. I'm just knocked out by this. I can't say enough good things, and I sure wish we could have thought of it or implemented it here at SEO Automatic. Great job, Daniel.